Hello, this is the RPG Pundit, the final boss of Internet Shitlords. And here's Big Chungus. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Big Chungus is on the move. Anyway, I'm showing you Big Chungus. Cooperate. Okay, here's Meatball. Meatball's more cooperative. So, here she is in all her high-definition glory. Today I'm going to talk to you about pipes and pipeweed in your D&D game. And specifically, this is part of the RPG Pundit Presents series. Hey, look over here. Okay, where I'm going to be talking about RPG Pundit Presents number 6, the Distinguished Wizard's Guide to Pipes and Pipeweeds. So, this is, first of all, I'm pleasantly surprised that I've had a lot of people asking me to continue this series where I talk about the different issues of RPG Pundit Presents. 6 is the next one in the series. And, I think that it's such a trope of fantasy to see wizards and, sometimes non-wizards smoking pipes. Probably came out of Tolkien, basically. Ironically, RPG Pundit Presents number 6 is funny in that it's neither a medieval authentic nor a gonzo product. I mean, you can certainly use it in the Last Sun setting as a gonzo, as part of the gonzo world of the Last Sun, but it's the magic in it isn't especially super gonzo, and it's not explicitly part of the Last Sun world. But you can use it there, and you can even use it in a medieval authentic setting, except for one little detail, which is that in the real Middle Ages, nobody smoked a pipe. But tobacco had not arrived in Europe yet. It was a product of the Columbian Exchange. It was from when we discovered, America, and it was brought back. Didn't really become popular till very late in the 16th century to smoke a pipe. In fact, there were no Middle Ages wizards, no medieval wizards that were smoking pipes in the real Middle Ages. But there we are. So, that's one of the anachronisms sometimes even I break. But if you want to use the material in RPG Pundit Presents number 6, you can use it in any D&D based game, any fantasy setting. It's pretty straightforward. It's only about a 12-page product, but it only costs about $1.99. And what it gives you is a breakdown about how pipes should be used in a medieval-esque, let's call it, setting. What that should be like for the pipe culture of of a pre-industrial period, and what tobaccos are like and things like that. Stuff that is kind of lore detail, right? But that unless you're an avid pipe smoker and, have studied the history of pipes, you probably wouldn't know it, right? So it gives it a bit of authenticity. It's still historically authentic, even if it's not medieval authentic. And then beyond that, it gives you a description of some stuff related to pipes, talks a little bit about magic in pipes, and then you get a list of 30 magic pipe weeds, right? So, this is magic tobacco that when you smoke it, it's always called pipeweed in the game, just as an affectation, that when you smoke it, it has different strange magical effects. So you can then incorporate that. Now, there's also a couple of details of ways to make pipes magic, but one of the important points about this product is being made by someone who actually smokes a pipe and has been smoking a pipe. There we go. Has been smoking a pipe for, what is it now? 26 years? My God. For 26 years, it means that I've had a lot of experience with what is really going to be part of a pipe culture and what's not, and besides the history and other stuff like that. But it'll avoid the creation of certain mistakes, right? I think probably the most classic thing, one of the most memorable pipe related things in D&D is supposedly Elminster, right? And Elminster has an ever-smoking pipe, supposedly. And this is, without a doubt, if you're a pipe smoker, the lamest, dumbest conception that you could possibly imagine. It was only made by someone who is not actually an avid pipe smoker. There's no other person that would want this, right? Because it goes contrary to everything about pipe culture, right? You don't want a pipe that'll never go out. It's part of the pipe. See, pipes are part of a ritual, right? It's not like a cigarette we just light it and forget it, right? And a cigar is also basically straightforward. There's very little ritual to it. There's a tiny bit, right? Because you have to nip the edge of it with the little guillotine thing and a cigar cutter, and you gotta kind of turn it a little to make sure that it burns evenly. But that's basically it, right? But pipes are a really, really complex mechanism for smoking tobacco, and it requires a whole ritual from the moment you're like packing it, how you pack it, how you do the first light, how you do the second light. And it's the only way to smoke tobacco. You have to have like special tools to then continue to smoke it properly, right? So it's the most impractical thing in the world, right? So the whole point of the pipe is the ritual of it. It's like, can you imagine if they if crack cocaine was really complex, like that? This is not just a delivery method for some addictive substance. This is an enjoyable personal ritual that you do, and to have a pipe that never goes out is basically, it thwarts the whole idea of that, right? In fact, there are entire contests made to see who can be the person that smokes the longest, right? In a pipe smoking contest. So it's a really stupid idea for a magic pipe. Maybe a pipe that cleaned itself, maybe, because really cleaning the pipe is also kind of a part of the ritual too. You're making sure that the pipe is in good condition. Though I think some pipe smokers would probably say, yeah, I wouldn't mind having a magic pipe that would just clean itself at the end, right? Also, an ever-smoking pipe would be like, what do you do with the tobacco, right? Like, does it only have one type of tobacco? Because most pipe smokers will smoke different kinds of tobacco. Now, granted, they'll usually smoke the same kind in a single pipe. Like this pipe, I use Blue Boar in it and nothing else. That's the only tobacco I smoke in it. But still, anyways, I'm starting to ramble here. The point is, that's a stupid magic item. The ever-smoking pipe of Elminster is a stupid magic item from the point of view of a pipe enthusiast. And so instead, you can have other things that pipes can do or pipe tobacco can do, right? So, there's a list of 30 items in the product, 30 magical tobaccos that you can have in the game that your characters can smoke or NPCs can smoke that will have a variety of effects. Some of them are technically kind of cursed, one or two of them. And then there's other ones that have different effects ranging from very minor to really major, right? Like a pipe tobacco that can invoke the god of death, right? Or a pipe tobacco that just makes it that people forget you're there, right, while you're smoking it. Stuff like that. So there's a lot of different options, and you can also, I guess, use these if you're lame, you can use these as incenses instead. So if you don't like the whole deal of pipes and pipe tobacco, but you're kind of curious about the product, well, you could see it as having a list of 30 magical incenses. So you get a pretty good deal for your 12 pages of product for $1.99, and I think that you'll be able to find it interesting, and especially if you like the idea of having people smoking pipes. You're not a pipe smoker yourself, but you would like that in your fantasy setting, and you want to do it in a way that is kind of credible. This might be of great help to you, right? At least I hope so. Anyway, I guess that's it for today. This is a very short video, but these ones usually are, because they're basically me shilling the product. But I hope you guys don't mind. I know some of you like it. You want to know the description of what I've gotten, and maybe you'll find it interesting enough to purchase. So I hope you do, because that's a great way to support me. Another great way to support me is to subscribe, to hit the like button here, to share this video anywhere you think it'll be interesting to people, where they might find it worth their while. Don't send it anywhere where it shouldn't be sent in this case, because I don't want this particular video to piss people off. Yeah, check out, if that doesn't interest you, check out all the other 102 issues of RPG Pundit Presents. You're bound to find something useful. And it's a great way to support me. Like, you could just throw money at me. I do have a PayPal link and a Patreon page, which I don't put anything special on any of those. But if you really want to just give me cash, go right ahead. But I would prefer, I would suggest rather that if you really want to support me, purchase my products, right? Like, get a game, one of my big games like Lion and Dragon, or my newest setting book, World of the Last Sun, or Star Adventure, or whichever, or get an RPG Pundit Presents issue that, as you've seen, are very inexpensive, but give you a lot of, good, interesting material. And then, you're getting something back for yourself, and you're giving me basically a tip, right? Oh, yeah, see, Big Chungus agrees. Anyways, that's it for today. Currently smoking, obviously, Lorenzetti Volcano plus Blue Boar.